Ba-da-bum, 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 ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
All right, Week 6 NFL. We kick it off Thursday night. Tampa's at Philly. Philly got a nice win there in Carolina last week. It was kind of a rough game for both sides, but Philly made plays at the end there to pull it out. So good for them. But Philly going to be every other week team as far as I'm concerned. And again, this week they're getting Tampa, and Tampa's going to win the game. So we don't really need to talk about that now, do we? All right, so Sunday morning, we got a nice another London game here. Well, I mean, it's nice that there's a game on. I don't know that the game itself is nice, but Miami's at Jacksonville. Good luck. This could be a defensive struggle. This could be a high-scoring affair. Good luck picking who's going to win. Maybe Tua's back. I'll take Miami because they're somewhat capable, especially if Tua's back. Although you feel like Jacksonville's got to get a win at some point. But I'm sorry, I'm not picking a team that's lost 20 straight games. I'll take Miami. All right, and then the Sunday traditional early afternoon window. You got Green Bay at Chicago. Chicago getting a nice win against a distracted Vegas team last week. And then, of course, Green Bay looks like they're back to normal here. This is going to be a close game, I think. For some reason, these Green Bay at Chicago games, you're always like, oh, well, Green Bay's better. They're going to win. But they always seem to kind of hang around in these games, Chicago. So I'll take Green Bay to win, but don't be surprised if something weird happens there. Cincinnati's at Detroit. Again, the Lions, you can't trust them to do anything. They're not good. They fought last week and had a chance, and then, they let Minnesota come back at the end, get a field goal. Meanwhile, Cincinnati, gave Mason Crosby 4 different attempts to win the game, and he finally got him on the 4th one. So, I'll take Cincinnati to win this game, but again, don't be surprised if you get any kind of game here. Houston's at Indianapolis. Colts, man, I tell you, the Colts defense looked good against Baltimore for the first, 2.5 quarters, and then then Lamar said enough was enough, and then you had a nice wild overtime game. But I mean, the Colts are capable on defense, and Wentz actually played well. And that being said, Houston's actually not as garbagey as we anticipated them being. They should have won the game against New England last week, but they blew it late. But the fact that they were even in the game in the first place was somewhat impressive. I'm going to take the Colts here. I think Houston might be live for a little bit here, but I don't know that this one's going to be close. I'll take Indianapolis. Rams are at the Giants. Boy, I tell you, what a revenge game the Cowboys got on the Giants last week. I mean, literally a year earlier. Same game, Giants at Dallas. Dak, blows out his ankle, whatever it was. Gone for the year, and then this year, we returned the favor times 3. We knocked Daniel Jones out of the game. We knocked Barkley out of the game. Galladay got knocked out of the game. Kadarius Toney knocked himself out of the game with his antics. So a fantastic win for the Cowboys, and the Giants are a mess, and that's how we like it. The Rams, they're one of the better teams in the NFC. This shouldn't be an issue here. I'll take the Rams. Kansas City's at Washington, and the Chiefs are in trouble. They're just, they're 2-3, and listen, they've moved the ball offensively. So it's not like they're struggling offensively, but they're just something's not clicking there, and let's be honest, they haven't looked good in any game. Cleveland, they had a fight, come back late and win. The Chargers, they had 4 turnovers the first, I don't know, 20 minutes of the game, and then the Chargers hold on and beat them. They blow the game in Baltimore. Um, Actually, the Baltimore game I think was week 2, but whatever. They blew that game there. They let Philly hang around. And then last week just got lit up by the Bills. Really, I mean that was 38-20, and I don't know that score was as close. The game was not as close as the score would indicate. And this is a dangerous game going into Washington. I could really see Washington pulling this one out. I'm not gonna pick them because it's Washington, and I feel like the Chiefs should win the game. But man, don't be surprised if. And I tell you what, if Washington, if Chiefs do lose this game, I don't know what you're gonna do there. Chiefs are not gonna win the division, but they got to get the win here. So I'll take Kansas City, but buy everywhere. Minnesota's at Carolina. Vikings again. Struggling on offense, and they pulled it out late against a weak Detroit team. Carolina, again got off to that good start. Defense looked good, and then they get lit up by the Cowboys, and then really bad loss to Philly. I'm gonna take Carolina here, but this one's a toss up. I'll take Carolina because they're home and for no other reason. Because what's the difference? It's the same two. If they get McCaffrey back, I think Carolina's in better shape. Obviously. I know that's not really insightful. Well, yeah, if we have CMC, we have a better chance. Yeah, of course you do. I'll take Carolina, but who cares? Chargers are at Baltimore. Oh man, wow, that's some game we got there. The Chargers, ridiculous offense right now, and the Ravens too. And again, everybody got tons of fantasy here, so let's get another game in the 40s. Why not? I will take Baltimore to win because they're at home and for no other reason. But the Chargers, man, the Chargers might be for real this year. I tell you what, if the Chargers win this game, they are for real. If the Chargers can go into this environment and beat this good of a team, you look out for the Chargers. All right, we got a couple late afternoon games, because we got some bye weeks this week, so. We got only 14 games on the schedule, but we got 4 late afternoon windows. Arizona's at Cleveland, the only undefeated team left, going against Cleveland. You know what? I'm going to take Cleveland. 72 Dolphins will pop the champagne this week. I just think that, listen, Arizona's good, but they're not 5-0. And Cleveland, they're what the hell Cleveland even do last week? I don't even remember. That's right. They lost to Chargers. They became the first team in NFL history to score 40 points, get 500 yards total yards, have no turnovers, and still lose. So obviously they're not having trouble moving the ball. Again, probably should be a high-scoring game here, and I'll take Cleveland. Although just keep your eye on Chubb and Hunt. If for some reason both those guys are out, then I'll change it. But I'll stick with Cleveland. Las Vegas is at Denver. The Raiders obviously have a huge distraction this week. They're probably fortunate they're getting Denver because Denver's not great. But I'll take Denver at home because the Raiders are a mess. Dallas is at New England. Back in the day, this would have been like, oh God, we got to play New England, because they had Brady. But now this would be the first time not playing Brady since '99, I think, was the last time. Which I think was also the last time we beat him. A Cowboys defense is the Cowboys are ridiculous right now. They can score points on offense, both running and passing. They have the best defensive player in football right now, Trayvon Diggs. And I don't want to hear about anybody else. Trayvon Diggs is the best defensive player in the NFL right now. And those two things, it's starting to look like it might be a special year here. I know every couple of years Dallas puts it together and they look like they might do something, but this time it's clicking on all cylinders. Usually it's one or the other, but this year it looks like they're clicking on in every spot. New England, almost blew the game in Houston last week. And again, Belichick, whatever. I'm gonna take the Cowboys to win. Um, you know, listen, the Cowboys defense is still susceptible to giving up yards and points, but they are getting in people's faces and they are creating turnovers. And if they do that, then the offense take care of itself. I'm gonna take the Cowboys. Sunday night, you got Seattle at Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson out 4, 6, 8 weeks, whatever it is. Geno Smith looks serviceable in relief. I was just waiting for the bad interception that basically ended their chance to come back. But other than that, he looked all right. They're not winning this game. I mean, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's middle of the road. Roethlisberger obviously not what he used to be, but they still got enough weapons there on offense, and the defense is capable. And Seattle's going to struggle, I think, with Geno Smith. Come back to reality here. So I'll take Pittsburgh on Sunday night. Buffalo is at Tennessee Monday night. I mean, the Bills looking like, it's funny. You get the Bills looking like the best team in the AFC. You got the Cowboys arguably looking like the best team in the NFC. And then who'd have thunk that a possible Cowboys-Bills Super Bowl, the third installment, would actually be something America would look forward to. For some of you younger folks, back in the 90s, after the Cowboys blew out the Bills in the first Super Bowl, when they came back the next year, everyone was like, "Oh God, why do we have to watch this game?" And I don't blame them, because basically it was a repeat of the year before. Although Buffalo made that game interesting in the first half. But anyway, get back to the present day. Buffalo looking like the best team in the AFC right now. Tennessee, Tennessee is capable of winning this game, but they're just not clicking enough. I think they'll stay competitive in this game. I think they'll hang around here, but it's not. Tennessee is a good team, but they're not. They haven't put it together yet. I think eventually they will get it together. I mean, they're going to win the AFC South because the AFC South is disgusting other than them. But I think Buffalo wins this game. I think it's interesting for a little while, and Buffalo, wins going away. But there you go. And then that's it. Like I said, you only have 14 games this week. My kids got the early Sunday morning doubleheader, so we knocked that out before any of the football games. So I get to watch all the games, and then we'll catch Dallas New England late Sunday afternoon. And there you go, Week 6 NFL.